Noach's faith is not blind. The role of tzaddikim and teachers in every generation in Jewish thought, the interplay between faith and action, is fundamental to understanding one's relationship with Hashem. The narratives and teachings etched within the Torah serve as both historical accounts and profound lessons that illuminate the responsibilities of tzaddikim, righteous individuals and teachers who guide the masses in their spiritual journeys. The biblical account of Noach provides a poignant illustration of the dual roles that tzaddikim fulfill: those who seek personal righteousness and those who actively engage in the redemption and elevation of their communities. The Torah introduces us to Noach as a righteous man, perfect in his generation. However, this characterization invites deeper reflection when juxtaposed with the broader purpose of a tzaddik. Reb Levi Yitzchok of Berdichev, known as the Kedushas Levi, elucidates that there exist two distinct types of tzaddikim. The first type, exemplified by Noach, focuses solely on his individual service to Hashem, retreating from the moral and spiritual obligations of guiding others. In contrast, the second type, embodied by Avraham Avinu, dedicates himself to fostering faith among his contemporaries, urging them toward teshuvah and a deeper connection with the divine. The flood narrative serves as a powerful backdrop for understanding Noach's limitations as a leader. Despite his righteousness, Noach's failure to actively engage with and teach his generation rendered his faith insufficient in the eyes of Hashem. R. Yitzchok Luria, the Holy Arizal, posits that Noach's eventual punishment stems from this singular focus on personal piety rather than collective responsibility. He was reincarnated as Moshe Rabbeinu, whose life's work was defined by a relentless commitment to instructing and reproving the Jewish people, thereby embodying the true essence of a tzaddik. The Gemara further reinforces the significance of teaching by stating, "One who teaches Torah to the son of his fellow is considered as if he had given birth to him." This profound statement underscores the immense responsibility that tzaddikim and teachers bear in nurturing the spiritual lives of others. Abraham's role as Amon Goyim illustrates his commitment to spreading the tenets of monotheism beyond his immediate family to all nations. Unlike Noach, who remained isolated in his righteousness, Abraham actively sought to instill faith, emunah, in others, emphasizing that true faith is not a solitary endeavor but rather a communal one. Rashi's commentary on Noach's characterization as a man of limited faith provides a pivotal lens through which to view the narrative. How could a figure described as perfect fail to intercede on behalf of his generation? The answer lies in Noach's belief in his own limitations, which ultimately led to his inability to fulfill the role of a tzaddik. In the face of a morally corrupt society, he refrained from reproving others, thereby missing an essential aspect of his potential mission. This limited engagement resulted in a lack of rapport with his generation, as evidenced by the distinction that while Noach found favor in the eyes of Hashem, he did not in the eyes of his contemporaries. The dual interpretations of Noach's righteousness, both as praise and as a critique, provide a nuanced understanding of the responsibilities of tzaddikim. The Regina Reb's insights reinforce the notion that every generation requires its leaders to foster and instill faith in the populace. Noach's reticence to engage with the moral failings of his generation serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that righteousness devoid of outreach can lead to isolation and ineffectiveness. In practical terms, the teachings of the tzaddikim challenge each individual to reflect on their role within their communities. Faith is not merely an internalized belief, it is a dynamic force that requires expression and action. The question arises, how can individuals discern the authenticity and efficacy of their teachers? A true tzaddik promotes emunah and encourages the development of trust in Hashem, reflecting the essence of their role. By engaging with their communities, they cultivate a culture of faith that is both resilient and dynamic, ensuring that the teachings of the Torah continue to resonate throughout the ages. Moreover, the modern world presents unique challenges to faith. With the proliferation of information and ideologies, it becomes imperative for spiritual leaders to remain relevant and accessible. Tzaddikim must not only provide teachings rooted in tradition, but also address contemporary issues confronting their communities. This requires a delicate balance between preserving the sanctity of the Torah and making its wisdom applicable to everyday life. A tzaddik who genuinely cares for their community will not shy away from addressing doubts, questions, and the struggles of faith that individuals may encounter. Furthermore, the legacy of tzaddikim extends beyond their immediate teachings. It encompasses the communities they build and the values they instill in future generations. The teachings of Avraham Avinu serve as a model for nurturing a culture of faith that prioritizes dialogue, compassion, and understanding. Avraham's approach to spreading monotheism was characterized by his willingness to engage in conversations with those who held differing beliefs. He exemplified the principle that faith must be nurtured through relationships and authentic connections, rather than through coercion or isolation. In conclusion, the lessons derived from the narratives of Noach and Avraham Avinu encapsulate the critical distinction between personal piety and communal responsibility. Faith is not blind. It requires engagement, teaching, and a commitment to guiding others toward a deeper understanding of the divine. The role of tzaddikim and teachers in every generation remains vital, as they wield the power to inspire belief and trust in Hashem, shaping the spiritual landscape of their communities for generations to come. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, we must heed the teachings of our sages and strive to embody the principles of faith, leadership, and communal responsibility that the Torah imparts. In doing so, we can ensure that our faith continues to resonate within our hearts and the hearts of those around us, creating a legacy of Emunah that transcends time and space. The world of speech, lessons from the Ark of Noach in the rich and profound landscape of Jewish thought. The significance of speech emerges as a cornerstone of spiritual practice and ethical conduct. The narrative of the Ark of Noach, or Noah's Ark, serves as a vital touchstone for understanding the sanctity and power of our words. The Hebrew term teva not only refers to the physical vessel that preserved life during the Great Flood, but also translates to word. This duality invites us to delve deeper into the lessons embedded in the Ark's construction and the implications for our everyday speech. The Torah's meticulous instructions for building the Ark, crafted from gopher wood, segmented into compartments, and specified in dimensions of length, width, and height, can be interpreted as a metaphor for the careful and deliberate manner in which we should approach our speech. The Kedushas Levi, a prominent Hasidic thinker, draws our attention to these dimensions, presenting a framework for understanding our communication. Each measurement serves as an invitation to introspection and mindfulness, urging us to weigh our words carefully before they leave our mouths. To begin with, let us examine the height of the Ark, which symbolizes the recognition of the greatness and loftiness of the Creator. In contemplating the height, we are reminded of the need to elevate our speech, aligning our words with a higher purpose. Just as the Ark was constructed to rise above the floodwaters, our speech should aspire to rise above the mundane, reflecting divine qualities in our communication. This elevation is not merely about the words we choose. It encompasses the intentions behind them. When we speak with reverence and acknowledgement of the Creator's majesty, our words become vehicles for spiritual elevation, not only for ourselves but also for those who hear them. In a world often characterized by haste and carelessness, the call to elevate our speech is a reminder of our responsibility to serve as conduits of divine wisdom and truth. Each word carries the potential to uplift or to harm, to inspire or to discourage. By deliberately choosing words that reflect our highest values, we can influence our surroundings positively, creating an atmosphere of love, compassion, and understanding. In this way, our speech can function as an extension of our spiritual mission, allowing us to contribute to the betterment of ourselves and the world around us. The width of the Ark presents another profound lesson, reflecting the dual aspects of divine service, ahava and yira. These two elements are essential for maintaining a balanced relationship with the divine. In the context of our speech, this duality underscores the importance of expressing both love and reverence in our words. Our conversations should not only convey affection towards others and towards God, but should also encapsulate the awe we feel in the presence of the divine. This balance ensures that our communication is both compassionate and respectful, fostering an environment that is conducive to spiritual growth. Moreover, love and awe are intertwined. They are complementary forces that enrich our understanding of the divine. To speak with love is to communicate in a manner that reflects God's kindness, while to express awe is to acknowledge God's majesty and sovereignty. When we harmonize these two aspects in our speech, we create a space where genuine connection and understanding can flourish. Our words become instruments through which we can build bridges, foster relationships, and uplift one another on our spiritual journeys. The length of the arc, representing the divine bounty that results from careful speech, emphasizes the tangible benefits of measured and sanctified communication. When our words are infused with intention and purpose, we open ourselves to a flow of blessings and abundance. Our Shlomo of Radomsk, in his teachings as the Tiferet Shlomo, articulates that the opening of the ark should be positioned on its side, symbolizing that our primary focus should not reside solely on material needs. Rather, the act of prayer and the intention behind our words should take precedence in our lives. This perspective invites us to reframe our understanding of needs and desires. By prioritizing our spiritual aspirations and approaching our words with intention, we allow divine providence to manifest in our lives. The implication is clear. When our speech is directed toward holiness and genuine connection, material aspects of life will follow as a natural consequence. This is not to say that physical needs are unimportant. Rather, they should be seen as secondary to our spiritual endeavors. By focusing on the divine and making our words a primary concern, we create a magnet for blessings that enrich our lives on multiple levels. Furthermore, the Tiferet Shlomo emphasizes the importance of intention in our prayers. When each word is articulated with sincerity and mindfulness, it transforms our prayers from mere rituals into profound dialogues with God, steeped in earnestness and devotion. This intentionality not only enhances our spiritual experience, but also strengthens our connection to the divine. As our speech becomes a reflection of our innermost thoughts and feelings, it carries the potential to inspire others, creating a ripple effect of positivity and divine awareness. As we navigate the complexities of our interactions, we must remember that our words possess the power to create, uplift, and transform. Each conversation, each prayer, and each utterance are opportunities to elevate the mundane to the sacred. The lessons from the Ark of Noach remind us that we are all builders of our own arks, creating vessels that can carry ourselves and others through life's challenges. By choosing to engage in sanctified speech, we can contribute to a world that reflects divine values and purpose. In conclusion, the teachings derived from the Ark of Noach illuminate essential lessons about the sanctity of speech. The meticulous construction of the ark, marked by its dimensions, serves as a metaphor for the way we should approach our words. By elevating our speech, balancing love and awe, and prioritizing intention, we can cultivate a world that resonates with the divine. In doing so, we honor not only the sanctity of our communication, but also open ourselves to the blessings that accompany a life devoted to divine service. As we strive to embody these principles in our daily lives, we become active participants in the ongoing creation of a world filled with love, understanding, and divine abundance, echoing the eternal purpose for which we were all created. The tzaddik works on behalf of his people in the intricate and often tumultuous landscape of Jewish spirituality. The concept of the tzaddik, or the righteous person, occupies a central and revered position. The tzaddik is not merely a figure of moral integrity. He serves as a spiritual bastion for the Jewish community, embodying the ideals of justice and compassion. This essay delves into the profound relationship between the tzaddik and the Jewish people, utilizing a poignant narrative from the Six-Day War in 1967 as an illustrative lens. The story of a soldier grappling with his secular upbringing and ultimately embracing his religious identity serves as a compelling testament to the tzaddik's role as an intercessor and protector of the Jewish people. The term tzaddik derives from the Hebrew root tzadi, which signifies righteousness. In Jewish tradition, tzaddikim are revered not only for their piety but also for their unwavering commitment to the welfare of their community. The notion that tzaddikim can intercede on behalf of the Jewish people is deeply embedded in Jewish texts, from the foundational narratives of the Torah through the intricate discussions in the Talmud. The tzaddik is viewed as a conduit for divine favor and mercy, often acting as a bridge between God and the community, ensuring that the spiritual and material needs of the people are met. The narrative shared by a secular Jew in Israel, whose roots lie in Chassidic tradition, serves as a vivid illustration of the transformative power of a tzaddik's presence, even in scenarios marked by chaos and danger. The soldier, who initially exhibits disdain towards his grandfather's image, a figure adorned in traditional Chassidic garb, embodies a tension that resonates with many young Israelis who, influenced by secular ideologies, often find themselves at odds with traditional Jewish practices. The soldier's vehement rejection of his grandfather's photograph, describing him as a barbarian, mirrors a broader societal trend wherein modernity and secularism challenge the values of religious observance. However, the narrative takes an unexpected turn during the harrowing events of the Six-Day War. As the soldier commands a tank artillery division amidst the chaos of battle, he is confronted with a moment that will irrevocably alter his perspective on faith and identity. The urgency of the battlefield brings forth a critical decision when he encounters an old man davening in the desert, fully enwrapped in talit and tefillin. Initially, the soldier's reaction is one of contempt. He perceives the old man's devotion as foolishness, a distraction from the pressing realities of war. His instinct is to run the old man over, dismissing him as a mere obstacle in his path. Yet, in a moment of profound significance, the soldier swerves to avoid the old man. This act, seemingly trivial, is laden with profound implications. It reflects not only a moment of human empathy, but also an instinctual recognition of the spiritual gravity that the tzaddik embodies. In Jewish thought, the tzaddik is often portrayed as a humble servant of God, possessing an innate ability to connect with the divine. By choosing to spare the old man, the soldier aligns himself, perhaps unconsciously, with the protective qualities associated with the tzaddik. The climax of this narrative unfolds tragically when the Egyptian tank, in hot pursuit, runs over the old man, only to trigger a landmine that causes an explosive fireball. In this moment, the old man's sacrifice transforms into a powerful symbol of faith, devotion, and the ultimate intercession of the tzaddik on behalf of the Jewish people. The explosion serves as a stark reminder of the existential threats faced by the Jewish community, not only in the context of the Six-Day War, but throughout the annals of Jewish history. The tzaddik stands as a protector, interceding for the Jewish people, often at the cost of his own life. This narrative reaches its denouement when the soldier visits his father after the war. The photograph of his grandfather remains on the wall, a familiar sight that takes on new meaning. Upon recognizing the face of the old Jew who had been praying in the desert, a wave of realization washes over him. He understands that the old man had prayed for his safety, for his life amid the chaos and danger surrounding them. In that moment, the soldier's transformation is complete. He expresses a desire to be like the old man, to embrace the values of faith and righteousness that the tzaddik embodies. The soldier's journey from secularism to religious awakening emphasizes the profound impact that the tzaddik has on individual lives and collective identity. The tzaddik does not merely exist as an abstract concept. He is a tangible presence, a beacon of hope and inspiration for those who seek meaning in a world fraught with uncertainty. The recognition of the old man's protective prayers underscores the intimate connection between the tzaddik and the Jewish community's collective memory. Moreover, this narrative invites reflection on the broader implications of the tzaddik's role in modern Jewish life. In an age marked by rapid technological advancement and shifting cultural paradigms, the teachings and examples of tzaddikim offer a counterbalance to the often fragmented identities that many contemporary Jews experience. The tzaddik serves as a reminder of the importance of community, the value of spiritual practice, and the necessity of maintaining a connection to one's heritage. The Tzaddik's influence extends beyond individual stories. It encapsulates the very essence of Jewish resilience. Throughout history, tzaddikim have emerged as leaders who guide their communities through trials and tribulations, often acting as protectors against existential threats. Their moral and spiritual fortitude serves as a source of inspiration, encouraging individuals to rise above adversity and contribute positively to the world around them. In conclusion, the story of the soldier and the old man praying in the desert serves as a powerful illustration of the tzaddik's role within the Jewish tradition. It reminds us that the righteous, through their acts of devotion and faith, serve as conduits of divine protection for their people. As contemporary Jews navigate the complexities of modernity, the lessons derived from this narrative urge to recognize the enduring significance of the tzaddik and the importance of maintaining connections to our spiritual heritage. The tzaddik works on behalf of his people, not only in times of war, but in the everyday struggles of life, inspiring us to strive for righteousness, compassion, and a deeper connection to our faith. Through understanding and embracing the role of the tzaddik, we can reaffirm our commitment to our traditions and strengthen the bonds that unite us as a community.